Hello everyone, this is Lisa the Poet here at OneWrestling.com. I'm here to give you this week's Raw results. So Raw opened up with Goldberg coming to the ring. He thanked his fans, he thanked his family. He even talked about his meeting with Stephanie McMahon last night. And he mentioned that he has one more title run left in him. He even hinted that he will be at the 2017 Royal Rumble match. Moving on to the first match on Raw, we had a tag team title match between the champions, New Day, and the team of Cesaro and Sheamus. This was a good match, especially when Kingston and Cesaro were going at it. Personally, I would like to see more singles competition between these two. But anyway, towards the end of the match, Cesaro had Kingston locked in the sharpshooter, and Xavier Woods hopped onto the ring apron to distract the referee and Cesaro. Meanwhile, Kingston was tapping out, and the referee didn't even see it. Cesaro eventually released the hold to confront Woods. From behind, Kingston was able to roll Cesaro over into a pin and retain the titles. Next match is the Cruiserweight match between Cedric, Alexander, and Daivari. I thought this was a good match. I thought that Cedric Alexander was very impressive. He defeated Daivari after hitting him with the lumberjack. And personally, I think that Cedric Alexander will one day become the Cruiserweight champion. Not sure when, but I think that's going to happen. But anyway, moving on to the highlight reel with Chris Jericho. So Chris Jericho came out and he wanted to reveal the person who destroyed his list. Yes, the famous list. And Owens came out, interrupted him, came out. Owens showed him pictures of what happened at Survivor Series. I guess Owens was trying to explain to Jericho that he pretty much sacrificed himself for Jericho. And it looked like those two were about to end a friendship because they kept disagreeing, and Jericho was questioning about the friendship they had. But they ended up agreeing that Roman Reigns was the one to blame for their loss. And they ended up hugging each other, which was cute. But anyway, Seth Rollins came out to challenge Owens for the Universal title. A fight broke out, and Roman Reigns came out to help Seth Rollins. And after that, Mick Foley came out and announced a match for the Universal title between the champion Owens and Rollins, with Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho being banned from ringside. So that was the main event. Anyway, moving on to the next match. There was a match between Rusev and Enzo Amore. There's a reason for this match. What happened was, to make a long story short, prior to this match, Enzo was locked out of his locker room. He was naked. I guess he blamed Big Cass for it. Anyway, he was naked and he was walking around, and he ran into Lana, and he did the how you doing thing with to Lana, and looked like he was flirting with her a little bit. And Rusev showed up and he was angry. And so that's what started the match. And sorry, ladies, they had it censored. Anyway, during the match, it was unfortunately it was quick. And Enzo ended up tapping out to the Accolade, and after that, Big Cass, rushed into the ring to go after Rusev, but Rusev was able to escape. I have a very, very strong feeling that there will be a match between Big Cass and Rusev, and I'm looking forward to that match. The next match is a tag team match between Golden Truth and the team of Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. This was pretty much an even match. Towards the end, Goldust was climbing the turnbuckle, but he was kicked off, and Anderson and Gallows hit him with the Magic Killer for the win. And now they are the number one contenders for the tag team match. And they will face New Day for the titles. Did I say that right? And well, I'm tired. Forgive me, I'm tired. But yeah, they will face they will face New Day for the tag team titles. They're the number one contenders. Yeah, that's about right. Anyway, moving on. There was a match between Braun Strowman and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was being punished in this match for not bringing the Intercontinental title to Raw. So he was given this match, and when he came out, before he even got into the ring, he was attacked by Braun Strowman. He was pretty much manhandled by this big guy. He threw some hits, but it wasn't enough to continue in the match. I mean, it got to a point where Mick Foley came out and ordered the ref to stop the match because he felt that Sami Zayn could not continue, that Sami Zayn could not defend himself. So the match had to be stopped. So moving on to the next segment, Charlotte came out with Dana Brooke. Charlotte called her Raw teammates peasants. Sasha came out to confront Charlotte, and she challenged Charlotte to a match for the women's title. And I guess Charlotte declined. She challenged her for the title on Raw, for them to have a match on Raw, but Charlotte declined, and I guess she wanted the match on a different night or whatever. But anyway, Nia Jax came out and confronted Sasha Banks. She called her overrated, and it ended up Nia Jax, Charlotte ended up double teaming on Sasha Banks, and Bayley came out and to help out. And so we went to commercial break, and after commercial break, there was a tag team match between the team of Charlotte and Nia Jax and the team of Bayley and Sasha Banks. Let me tell you, Sasha Banks, she was very, very impressive in that match. How she, I don't know, how she wrestle, and I'm impressed. I'm surprised that she's not the women's champion now. Not to take anything away from Charlotte. Both are great champions. But man, Charlotte really impressed me in that match. She teamed up with like someone in the middle of the match. She teamed up with Bayley, and they delivered a double suplex on Nia Jax. So that was really, really impressive. And at the end, Sasha applied the bank statement on Charlotte, and Charlotte tapped out. And the team of Sasha Banks and Bayley won the match. The next match is a triple threat match, cruiserweight match. The winner of the match get to face the champion, the cruiserweight champion, the Brian Kendrick. During the match, the Brian Kendrick joined the commentary, and it was a match between Rich Swann, Noam Dar, and former cruiserweight champion T.J. Perkins. So it was a pretty good triple threat cruiserweight match. I really enjoyed that match, and I will say that looks like I thought that Perkins was very impressive in that match. I thought it was going to be a rematch between him and the Brian Kendrick, but Rich Swann ended up hitting Perkins with the tornado spin kick for the victory. So now Rich Swann is the number one contender for the cruiserweight title. There was a segment where Big Cass and Enzo was they were promoting the WWE merchandise, which I really enjoyed, because I enjoy seeing these two on TV. So I thought that was fun to watch. And now we're going to talk about the main event. A no DQ match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins for the Universal title. Rollins was in control in the beginning of the match. Then it went to the commercial break, and eventually Owens was in control. He used 2 steel chairs. Then Rollins regained control with a few aerial moves, and he even nailed Owens face first onto the chair, one of the steel chair. He made the cover, but Owens miraculously kicked out. Both men were, they were wearing each other out by going back and forth with their attacks. They continued to combine their moves with the chairs, followed by close pinfalls. And Rollins even pulled out a table from under the ring. He slipped it in, inside the ring, and held it against the turnbuckle, one of the turnbuckles. And Rollins finally powerbombed Owens through the table. Also, that was impressive, and he made the cover, and Owens kicked out. I was shocked that Owens kicked out of that. So the fight went into the audience, and the fans kept chanting, "This is awesome!" You know how the fans are when they like to see a good match like that. Anyway, the fans were chanting, "This is awesome!" after Rollins leaped off the stands and onto Owens. Impressive move. It was so impressive, and I'm surprised that Rollins was able to get up from that. But yeah, that was very impressive. And as they were heading back to the ring, someone in a mask started attacking Rollins. And then Rollins pulled off the mask, and it turned out to be Chris Jericho. Rollins hit the pedigree on Jericho. Unfortunately for Rollins, he was attacked by Owens, and Owens hit him power bombed him on the ring apron, and that ended the match. When Owens threw him in the ring and pinned him to retain the title. So that's what happened at the end of Raw. Owens was able to retain his title with the help of Chris Jericho, his BFF. Anyway, that's it for this week's Raw, and thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you next week. So, everyone, have a good evening. Take care.